many years ago I stepped in this auditorium for the very first time? How many of us here are 20? Okay, how many of us here are below 20? I don't expect it. Hey, that's a joke, right? Stop it. You're below 20. So you mean when I was here, your parents hadn't done the thing? They hadn't done it yet. Eh? They were waiting for what? Christmas? What day? What thing? Oh, that one. You mean they hadn't? The devil is a liar. You know, when Robert spoke to me and said I should come speak to my fellow thespians, if I should put it that way. By that, I'm assuming you're all students of the School of Performing Arts or interact with the School of Performing Arts in one way or the other. Would that be right? Great. I picked up my laptop, started putting notes together, picked up my book, started writing. Then I said, what am I doing? I'm coming to speak to people who would eventually be like me, if not better. So why not just share an experience? Before I got to the School of Performing Arts, I had attended you can argue or find a transformer and hug if you want to, the best secondary school in Ghana. The only school. Forget about the rest. What? The school that when you graduate from, you're equipped with 4 unique attributes: the oratory nature of Winston Churchill, the kind-heartedness of Princess Diana, the forgiving nature of Nelson Mandela, and above all, the diplomacy of Kofi Annan. That is Fanspoon School. You can die. You can die. All right. So I had finished Fanspoon School and I was sure I wanted to be a lawyer. But after secondary school, I joined David Donto's Cozy Cozy Theatre Company, and I found a new love in acting. So I told my dad I wanted to attend NAFTA. The old man said, no way. You're going to Legon, you're going to learn whatever it is they're going to give you, you're going to be a lawyer. I said, no. So it became a debate, back, forth, back, forth. Long story short, I ended up here at the School of Performing Arts. My dad wanted Legon anyway. He didn't want NAFTA, he wanted Legon. I also wanted to be in this space, so we had to negotiate, and I ended up here. What was my dad's problem with the creative arts? Because he thought at that point it was a place for failures. And he didn't know why his son should do so well from secondary school, get good courses, and he wants to be somebody who's going to be standing behind a camera or standing on stage or doing something like that. He couldn't connect. He didn't see it. But guess what? I'm the 9th born out of 10. That's those of us who know each other. The 9th out of 10. Today, thanks to this institution, when there's going to be a family meeting, they call me first. Not because I'm the smartest, but because this institution made me ready for the world in one way or the other. How did that happen? Because the things you go through when you're here, all the modules, all the subjects, all the encounters, all the waking up early morning to go and meet Mr. Newman and dance at 6 a.m. Enjoy it, it's good. It is the reason I am about 40 thereabouts, and I still look so cute and sexy. Because it makes you fit and strong. So enjoy the dance. In the beginning, when I stepped here, I won't lie to you, I asked myself questions. Was I doing the right thing? Because it got annoying at some point. Why do I have to wake up every day learning lines and standing on this stage and performing lines, and people will be seated in this auditorium. I remember one play, I would never forget the comment that came. That day, I nearly walked out of this institution and never came back. My brother, I think I saw him around, Ajitian and Pusha. Where is he? Yes. Yes, Pusha is here. Give him a hand. My brother Pusha and I were on this stage together in a play called Tobias and the Angel. I was Tobias, he was the angel. And there was a scene where I needed to take off my shirt. On this very stage. It's a very, very solemn, very, very interesting play. I don't know if you know it. So I took off the shirt. The auditorium was quiet. The place was full. There was some idiot sitting on the wall at the back. As soon as I took off my shirt, the guy goes, Awajo, what time? You should have seen this auditorium. But we went on. You had to rise above troll. And when you rise above troll, you realize that later on in life, it solidifies you for what's ahead. So that it doesn't matter what life throws at you, you can turn it around for positives. The idea of having to learn lines, so that even till date, I can still walk up on this stage and say, before Ogun, the god of Iron, I stand on oath. Witness now, all you present, that before the feast of Ogun, which starts at sunrise, I, Odewale, the only son of King Ogundele, shall search and fully lay open before your very eyes the murderer of King Asa. I haven't seized that murderer. I swear by the sacred arm of Ogun that I shall straight away bring him to the agony of slow judgment. First, we shall expose him to the eyes of the world and put him to shame, the beginning of living death. Next, he shall be cast into lasting darkness, his eyes tortured in their very sockets until their blood and knees will fall to fill the power of Christ's eyeballs. And then the final agony. We shall cut him from his roots, expelled from this land of his birth. He will roam in darkness in the land of nowhere, and there die unmourned by men who know him, and be buried by vultures who know him not. May the gods of our fathers, Obatala, Urumila, Shanti, Shokodan, Eshu, Ulagbara, and Ajabu stand by Lord. You want to clap, you can do that, it's free. 20 years ago, I learned these lines from the gods are not to blame. Till date, I haven't forgotten. Robert said, I did my undergrad here, and I went to do my master's somewhere, but the master's was just for certification. By the time I walked out of the School of Performing Arts, I was ready to be a communicator, not an actor. Because you may think you're here to act. You may think you're here so that you can be on TV, or you can be a celebrity, you can be any other thing that makes you here, maybe popular. But trust me, this place builds you up to fit into any working space you would ever find yourself in. That is why when you go to the banks, you find us there. When you go to aviation, you find us there. When you go to health, you find us there. When you go to communications, we rock. So if you're here today, trust me, you're in the right space. The right space that is going to make you work ready if you would only submit yourself to the systems. The discipline, production, participation, the things they would mark you down for, trust me, it is to prepare you for tomorrow. It's not even for today. Today, you'd see it as stress, you'd see it as pressure. But the day you walk out, 10 years later, you'd come back, look for your lecturers and say thank you. Because today, they are the ones I'm truly grateful to. We're running Image Bureau right now. Image Bureau is a 360-degree communications agency. Started it just this year, after doing 14 years with Charterhouse. When we started Charterhouse, or we joined Charterhouse, we joined as copywriters, because again, you had learned theater arts, you had learned how to write plays and stuff like that. And then we also found ourselves in the entertainment space, because whatever this place teaches you preps you straight into the entertainment space and beyond. So we could contribute and we could rise above whatever challenges there were. What I'm doing for you right now is exposing you to all the options that will be available to you the day you walk out of here. At Charterhouse, you learn other things like market activations, market storms, things that when you reflect, you'd realize that you have skills that you picked up from here. ladies and gentlemen, you are at the right place. When you go into science, you're limited, you're stuck in science. When you go into agriculture, you are in agriculture. When you go into politics or whatever, any other space, you are in that lane. The only place that prepares you for the world and gives you multiple job options. If you're going to just submit yourself to that discipline, open your mind and not put yourself in the box that I am a product of the School of Performing Arts, so this is where I should be. You'd realize that you've been given the best tool. You will realize that though this place has a stage that is almost broken, though you may be performing under a tree, though you may be studying in dance rooms and all that, you'd realize that when you get out, so far as you open yourself up properly, and you've taken everything you've learned here seriously, you'd be more valuable than somebody who read the sciences. Because you are at the right place. We've got legends that are coming up to speak to you, so I'm not going to say much. I'm sure when we get to the question and answer part, we will speak a bit more. But if I haven't forgotten the lines from Olarut means the gods are not to blame, and I can challenge you to throw any other play to me. So far as I've acted in it before, till date, the lines are still here. If you open up your mind like that, you'd be shocked the number of things and the number of ways in which you can apply whatever it is you have learned here. Even experiences from characters in a play. When you apply their experiences to your own life, you'd be amazed at what asset you would be to yourself, to society, and to the world as a whole. Good morning.